Now, more than 3,200 unaccompanied migrant children are in Border Patrol custody, and that's a record high. Nearly half of the children, 1,400 of them, have been held beyond the 3-day legal limit in holding cells not designed for children. And despite the Biden administration's calls to end family detention, a senior border official says they're continuing the practice. NBC News Justice correspondent Julia Ainsley joins us now. Julia, good morning. Let's start with your latest reporting. It seems the Biden administration and immigration and customs are not on the same page. What's the latest?
Yeah, it's interesting, Savannah. I think the whiplash here is coming from the political wishes and wills of people in the Biden administration. Biden is a candidate himself who said families don't belong in detention. You have Alejandro Mayorkas, the DHS secretary, saying families don't belong in detention. And then you have a split with the people who are actually doing the operations on the ground. And what they're seeing is a rising number of immigrants. And they want to be able to keep using family detention as what they told me is a tool. And so they see this as not something where they need to start releasing families on a humanitarian basis, but rather the only reason they would release families early is to make more space for more families. In fact, they said they would even possibly consider expanding family detention. So just to put this in context, what family detention is for immigrants is it's when a parent crosses the border with their child. They're detained together. The Trump administration tried to separate them, but ordinarily they're detained together, and they're not serving any kind of criminal sentence. This isn't punitive, but they're supposed to be held while they either try to make their claim for asylum or right before they're deported. And this is a policy that a lot of immigration advocates have said is inhumane, that children don't belong in detention, period, no matter how long, no matter what's provided for them there.
And Julia, I mentioned at the top that these where they're being held are cells not designed for children. What are the conditions like in these detention shelters at the border?
So for the family centers that the Biden administration has now said they want to keep open, those are very different. Everyone has their own bed, their school provided. It's a little bit more routine. However, it's very different from when we're talking about Border Patrol processing facilities. That's where you have those 3,200 children. We saw numbers get very high under the Trump administration, especially when you're talking about the numbers who were staying past that legal limit of 3 days. And under the Trump administration, there were children sleeping on concretes, not having enough space to even lie down in some cases, that they weren't able to get clean drinking water. We're trying to get those answers now. Right now, we haven't heard of those same allegations, but it's certainly a system that could be rife with problems if they don't come up with a solution soon.
Julia Ainsley, thank you so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.